African Union Communications, Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals, intelligence, and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing on the progress of the special military operation as of December 22, 2025. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct the special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces have actively taken control of the populated locality of Vilcha in the Kharkiv region. The Ukrainian armed forces have been defeated in the mechanized jäger brigades, assault regiment of the armed forces of Ukraine, and the territorial defense brigade in the areas of the populated localities of Andreevka, Grabovskoye, Pisarevka, Boyaro Leżachi, Rizhevka, and Alexievka in the Sumy region. On the Kharkiv direction, the units of the mechanized 2 motorized infantry brigades of the armed forces of Ukraine and the airborne brigade have been defeated in the areas of the populated localities of Ternova, Izbitsko, and Rubizhna in the Kharkiv region. The Ukrainian armed forces have lost up to 90 servicemen, a tank, an armored combat vehicle, 7 vehicles, and an artillery piece. Units of the West Group of Forces have improved their positions on the forward edge. The units of the North Group of Forces have defeated the units of 2 mechanized airborne assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the National Guard Brigade in the areas of the populated localities of Podoli, Berezovka, Kupiansk, Uzlovoye in the Kharkiv region, Dibrova, Drobyshevo, Ilychovka, and Red Liman in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy has lost up to 215 servicemen, a HMMWV armored vehicle produced in the USA, an Iveco armored vehicle produced in Italy, 16 vehicles, and a self-propelled artillery piece. 3 ammunition depots have been destroyed. Units of the South Group of Forces have taken more advantageous positions and positions. The units of 2 mechanized and mountain assault brigades of the armed forces of Ukraine have been defeated in the areas of the populated localities of Kramatorsk, Nikolaevka, Kirovo, Zakotnoye, Konstantinovka, and Minkovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy has lost up to 235 servicemen, 6 armored combat vehicles, including a Senator armored vehicle produced in Canada, an HMMWV armored vehicle, and a Max Pro armored vehicle produced in the USA, 9 vehicles, 3 artillery pieces, including an American 155mm howitzer M777. 3 electronic warfare stations have been destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces have continued to destroy the surrounded enemy in the city of Dimitar of the Donetsk People's Republic and to clear the populated localities of Grishino and Rodoninsko of the Donetsk People's Republic from scattered units of the armed forces of Ukraine. The units of the mechanized 2 airborne infantry jäger airborne brigades, 2 assault regiments of the armed forces of Ukraine, and the Azov Special Forces Brigade have been defeated in the areas of the populated localities of Udashnoye, Volnoye, Novi Donbass, Artemovka, Toretskoye, Kucherov Yar, Novo Alexandrovka, Belitsko of the Donetsk People's Republic, and Novo Pavlovka of the Dnepropetrovsk region. The enemy's losses amounted to more than 450 servicemen, 3 armored combat vehicles, 4 pickups, and 2 field artillery pieces. Units of the East Group of Forces continued to advance into the depth of the enemy's defense. A defeat was inflicted on the personnel and equipment of the Assault Brigade, 3 assault regiments of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and a Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Kosovtsevo, Dorozhnyanka, Gulyai Pol in the Zaporizhia region, and Andreevka in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The armed forces of Ukraine lost up to 250 servicemen, 2 armored combat vehicles, and 7 vehicles. 2 electronic warfare stations were destroyed. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted a defeat on the formations of the Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and a Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Novodanilovka, Orek, and Primorsk in the Zaporizhia region. Up to 25 Ukrainian servicemen, a tank, 5 vehicles, an artillery piece, an electronic warfare station, 4 warehouses of material resources and fuel were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, attack unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the groups of forces of the armed forces of the Russian Federation inflicted a defeat on energy facilities, port and warehouse infrastructure used in the interests of the armed forces of Ukraine, launch sites of long-range unmanned aerial vehicles, as well as headquarters and temporary dislocation points of Ukrainian armed formations and foreign mercenaries in 142 districts. Air defense systems hit 76 fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles. A total of, since the beginning of the special military operation, 669 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 104,090 unmanned aerial vehicles, 640 anti-aircraft missile systems, 26,653 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,634 multiple rocket launcher systems, 32,082 field artillery and mortar pieces, 49,742 units of special military automotive equipment. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.